Welcome to this mini presentation where I talk about gratitude, and I'm calling it the path to abundance, and you're going to understand very soon what I'm actually talking about there. So let's start with a great quote. The miracle of gratitude is that it shifts your perception to such an extent that it changes the world you see. So by looking at gratitude, we change our perception, and therefore the world that we see is that better world we perceive. So great quote there by Dr. Robert Holden. Now, who am I behind the microphone recording this presentation? Carl Massy, founder of the world's biggest gym, but it's not so much about me, this presentation. In fact, it's nothing about me. It's all about you. I want to teach you everything I know in about 10 minutes on gratitude and why it is so beneficial to you. And then I'm going to talk about our little thank you challenge as well. So here's the scenario, and I use this scenario when I'm teaching people about the importance of gratitude so you really get it at the deepest level. So we have person A, we have person B, and we have person C. I also have in my hot little hand 3 $10 notes, and I'm using US dollars here. Exactly the same principles apply, whether it's Australian dollars, whether it's pounds, whether it's Swiss francs, whether it's Indonesian rupiahs or any other currency on the planet. So I've got 3 notes, there's 3 people. So I give a $10 note to person A, and they say, "Is that all?" Then I give the $10 note to person B, and they say, "Thanks." And then I give the $10 note to person C, and they say, "Thank you so much. I'm really grateful." So next time comes along, maybe a week's time, I have a $100 note, and I can't tear it into 3 pieces, so I'm going to give it to someone. Who do you think is going to get the $100 note? The person who is the most grateful. So this is a really, really important lesson to take out here. The person who is the most grateful will be the person that receives the most in life. And I'm going to talk in a little bit exactly why. Why is it that that occurs? And, you know, at this point in time, I'm sure you're getting it. You're like, so the more grateful I am, the more I will get. Yeah, well, let's look at very shortly why that happens. And I say, with this question, who will get the most of anything in life? This person who is the most grateful is almost magnetizing to them more business. They're magnetizing to them more clients. They're magnetizing to them more love, more opportunities, more money, more friends. They're drawing these to them. And it's because that they are the most grateful. The people who are the most grateful will magnetize, draw to them all those things that I've just went through there. They'll draw those to them, whether it's people, whether it's love, whether it's relationships, whether it's opportunity, whether it's business, anything where there's people involved, which is pretty much everywhere on the planet. The more grateful we are, the more that we give out this gratitude, the more those people will be magnetized towards us, and the more the opportunities that relate to all those people will be drawn towards us. So let's have a quick look at the why. And we're going to do this in about 3 or 4 minutes. So we're just going to have a quick look. We're not going to go too deep. So expressing gratitude is not only a good idea, it produces physiological and psychological benefits. How cool is that? So Dr. Robert Emmons has written a great book called Thanks, where he goes into specific study on research. So he's a professor at a university in the USA, and he studied specifically gratitude, what it means, how it works, what is the impact of being grateful. And he did some research where he split up 3 groups, and what they had to do was write down 5 things each day for 10 weeks. So over the course of 10 weeks, each day writing down 5 things. And depending on how fast they wrote, we're talking about something that takes 1 to 2 minutes. So there were 3 groups. The first group wrote down things they were grateful for. Group 1, things they were grateful for. Group 2 wrote down things that displeased them. In group 3 with a control group, they just wrote down what happened. So they weren't one way or the other. They were just in that neutral zone. So group 1, things they were grateful for. Group 2, things that displeased them. And group 3 with a control group. And what they found with group 1, the group that wrote down what they were grateful for, 5 things what they were grateful for each day for 10 weeks, they found that they were actually 25% happier. So what they did was they recorded through a series of questions and tests what someone's happiness level was, and they sort of marked that. And then at the end of 10 weeks, I went through the same process, and what they found was the group that actually wrote down what they were grateful for were up to 25% happier. Now, there's numerous studies based around happiness and what that means for us, psychological and physiological. More joy, more connection within relationships, being happier is related to improved immune system, better health. So there's lots of benefits to being happier. And as a result of doing this gratitude exercise, this group were up to 25% happier. Now that's pretty huge. It's like if you're just like cruising along, someone asks you, how happy are you? You go, I'm sitting on about a number 6. They're like, okay, that's okay. Take that up 25%, you had a 7.5. Now 7.5 is pretty cool. You're starting to get in your groove. So it's a big difference, increasing your happiness by 25%. So here we go, and just going to go in a little bit more detail about why practicing gratitude makes you feel so great. The first thing it does is when you focus on gratitude, you actually start some of these chemicals. You start causing yourself to experience pleasure. As you focus on all the good, you're starting some of those feel-good chemicals, the dopamine, the serotonin, the oxytocin. These are starting to circulate in your body as a result of focusing on the good. So you're feeling good. The other thing it does, which is hugely powerful, is it turns off the fear response. As you focus on all the good things, you stop worrying about the things that may be wrong. Because if we focus on the things that may not be right in our life, which we don't think is right, or we don't think is at the level that we want it, we actually cause ourselves some amount of anxiety or fear. As we cause that, or as we trigger that, what it actually does is it causes us to go into that fight or flight response, and that starts causing physiological detrimental effects for our body. So if we turn off that fear response, it reduces those stress hormones from being activated, and it actually induces a healing relaxation. So powerful stuff. We turn on the pleasure and we turn off the fear. Here's another one of why being grateful makes people give you more. So why does it work like that? And I've got another little model here. I love playing around with these little models to express this. So here we are, we've got a giver. The giver gives $10 to person C. Person C feels pretty good about getting that $10. They get pretty excited, and then they say, thank you so much. I'm really grateful. And then as a result of these things called mirror neurons in the giver, so his mind starts matching, or in his brain, these neurons within his brain start matching the good feeling that person C has got, so he starts feeling this great thing as well. And those mirror neurons cause him to feel great. So the giver actually feels great because they were mirroring the response they got back from C. Now, because we are pleasure-seeking, we avoid pain, well, this is how we're genetically wired, to avoid pain, move towards pleasure, we are going to go out of our way to seek pleasure. So that giver, that person who wants to give the opportunity, that person who wants to form that relationship, that person who wants to do business with you, that person that wants to become a client of you, they actually go out of their way to try and find you so that they can give you whatever it is they have to give, because they know you feel great, and they know as a result of you feeling great, it makes them feel great as well. So they're going to bypass all these other people, and they want to be with you. They want to do business with you. They want to give you things because they know when they give you things, they feel good about themselves. So we are pleasure-seeking. We love to feel good. And if that's a way to do it, then that's the way we'll do it. So the bottom line is, being grateful. So if you are grateful and express gratitude, practice gratitude in your life, you're going to be happier. You're going to feel happier, and you're going to have those positive physiological and psychological aspects that go with being happier. You're also going to draw to you, magnetize those people, opportunities and things in your life will be drawn to you, because just like I showed before, that person wants to feel good and they want to connect with that person that's most grateful, because that person that's most grateful makes them feel so good. And I talked about turning off that fear response and lowering the stress. So being grateful focuses on the positives in life, focuses on the great things in life, allows someone to feel good about who and what they are, regardless of what else is going on around them. Nothing else has to be added for someone to feel that gratitude in their life right now. Thought I'd almost finish up with a great little quote. If the only prayer you said in your life was thank you, it would be enough. Fantastic quote. And I don't believe there can be too many thank yous, provided they're said with sincerity. So we have got the Thank You Challenge, and most of you are watching this prior to the Thank You Challenge. The Thank You Challenge being on the 1st of September 2012, where we say thank you 100 times in one day and just see what happens. The other thing we want to do is, if ever we connect with anyone over the course of that 1st of September, we actually project out to them a very grateful and generous thank you. And we say thank you to people regardless of what they do for us, big or small, whether they're getting paid for it or not. It absolutely makes no difference. We still say thank you. Now, if you want to get actively involved in the Thank You Challenge, you don't have to show up. But if you would like to join a bunch of other people who are doing their 100 reps, their thank you reps through the day, then check out the Facebook page, World's Biggest Gym there, and there's a link in there to get to the event. So if you want to get involved directly, check out that link. Now, if you're watching this after the 1st of September 2012, because I'm going to leave this posted because I think it's great information for people to understand, then what I suggest is do a few warm-up thank yous through the rest of this day, and then set tomorrow as the target day where you do 100 repetitions of thank you. Now, you can do them in blocks of 5, you can do them in blocks of 10, you can make 10 little boxes on a piece of paper, and you can tick off each box as you go through the day. And actually, if you go into the World's Biggest Gym Facebook page there'll be a thing you can print off which allows you to capture the details. So, great activity. Thank you. Paying gratitude is so beneficial for ourselves, and it's so beneficial for others around us. So I think it's a really powerful thing for all of us to get together and to express more gratitude and give more thanks for all of the wonderful people and things in our life. We get too caught up, I think, in this modern day and age where everything's going so fast, we forget the little things. We forget to connect with people and stop and say thank you. And it makes a big difference to us, and it makes a big difference to the other person. So thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate the opportunity to share this with you, and I really look forward to getting involved with a lot of people spreading thank yous around the world, and also feeling those thank yous down the track for everyone that's looking at this or watching this after 1st of September. So wherever you are on this fantastic, amazing, beautiful, incredible, magnificent, did I say that? Incredible planet of ours, I hope that you are having an absolutely fabulous day. All the very best, and take care.